You want to help as many people as possible, and you are super excited about getting yourself out there. A top question that I get from beginner coaches or coaches who have been trying for a while but are not getting the traction that they really want is, how do I create content? How do I share what I do with other people? Now, this is a really big one, and this is something that I specialize in along with my husband, Jeremiah, because we have been doing this for a combined 41 years, over 4 decades, where we have been coaching others one on one. And it was just recently where we realized that the success we've had in finding clients, maintaining clients, and really helping them on a deep level is something that's rare. And a lot of new people who are just starting out in the last 5 years or so don't really have a true understanding of what it takes to really put yourself out there in an authentic way that feels amazing, because there's a ton of what I call is bro marketing out there, where there is a formula or a simple strategy or a tactic that for those of us who are really heart-centered, it just doesn't feel good. So, if you're somebody who is a heart-centered coach who knows that you want to help people on a really deep level in your own unique way, because you're bringing in your life experience and the skill set of being able to help others, this video is for you. If you're new here, my name is Amanda Rangel, and I have been a one-on-one coach for the last 15 years. And over that time, I have done all of the things, including amazing successes and also falling flat on my face, not knowing what to do next. This channel is all about helping you to avoid the pitfalls and do what works. So if that sounds like something that you would be into, make sure and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and stick around for all of these tips and tricks that we have in our arsenal ready to share with you. Now, creating a true and authentic life coaching business, it takes effort and dedication and motivation. So the number one thing that you're going to need is to really anchor into that deep why. Why are you doing this? And for people that I know that have been the most successful at this, that I've helped in coaches inside of the Confident Coach Blueprint, their deep why is the number one thing that has allowed them to keep moving forward, even though they have all of the steps that they need in front of them. Implementing them and putting one foot in front of the other is something that takes personal responsibility and dedication. And so, as much as somebody can be by your side to help you along the way, that inner fire really has to come from you. So, let's dig into what it takes to create content and share your light and share what you do as a coach in an authentic way that does not feel salesy or forced or yucky, quite frankly. So, in order to not do that, we need to really tap into our own inner integrity and authenticity. And I'm going to share with you what that entails, along with a couple of things that I do not recommend in this process, and you will never see us recommend on this channel. And we'll wrap up with, of course, a resource for you to be able to tune into and tap into so that you can get help if you're finding that creating content is a block for you. Now, just the other day, I got on a call with a beautiful woman and her daughter, and the first thing that she said to me was, "The post that you just put out really let me know that this call was exactly where I need to be and the training that I need to be signing up for." And that absolutely lit up my heart, because I know that in the divine flow, when I create the content that I do, it will find and meet and get in front of the people that are meant to do it, because I am tapping into something that's higher than just what I think should happen. I'm not modeling after or copying after other people, but instead going really deep within myself. And so I want to share with you how I do this and how you can do it as well. So, first, it takes a lot of inner integrity and getting out of your own monkey mind to create content and share who you are as a coach really authentically. I found the best way to do this is right away in the morning to go for a walk, take meditation, take some deep breaths, and really get to that deep place where you know that you are bypassing the monkey mind or the thoughts or worries that want to try and inundate your attention, and go deeper into connecting your unconscious mind and connecting to your higher self. So, this is the place where you are going to actually feel the people who need your help. And you're going to get insights when you go, especially when you go into peripheral awareness. On a side note, if you want to learn how to go into peripheral awareness, you can check out this video where my husband Jeremiah will guide you through that process, what it is, and the benefits of it. This is where I live when I am creating content. And I might go a couple of weeks where I'm just not feeling it. And so I give myself that grace to not put anything out there. It's actually best for me just to go inward and do my own healing, do my own upgrades, and really honor that space. But then when the time hits and it's time to start sharing and expanding and shining bright, that's when I'll notice that all of the ideas just keep flooding to me, and I'll take a quick note of them along with some keywords and then start to create those graphics or that different content in order to put it out systematically at a later date. So that's kind of more of like batching the information as it's coming through. Other times I'll just feel, great every day. And you might see me putting different things out that are hitting exactly who needs to see it in those moments. And so with something like YouTube, what's really great is that it is its own algorithm. It's its own thing, its own search engine where you can put something out, and while you're sleeping, people on the other side of the world are maybe Googling or typing in that problem that they're having, and then they find what you have created for them. I want to jump in and do this more of a lesson style so that you can see what I'm talking about here, and hopefully it helps to sink in a little bit differently. So let me know how this lands for you and if you find this helpful. Let's dig into the nitty-gritty details of creating content for your future clients. There are going to be two things included in this. The first is capturing content ideas from the flow state. How do you know when you're in the flow state? What does that feel like? And also, especially when you should not capture ideas. The second step is going to be turning the ideas into things that matter or actual content. Taking that next step is what sets coaches who make it apart from the rest. Pushing through terror barriers, blocks, and resistance is another thing that we're going to chat about as well. So, content ideas versus content creation. First, capturing content ideas means that an insight or multiple insights are being revealed to you, and you know that you must share them with the world and your future clients. It feels amazing when it's happening. I'm going to go into all of this. And step two is turning the ideas into content so that others can experience this second part of creation. So, more than just the idea, you've actually taken that next step to make it happen so people can see and feel what's coming through you. So many people will get ideas, which is step one, but the process drops dead there. So you must go over the line to create the idea so that it matters, like it matters, something that people can see and feel in the 3D world. How do you know when you're in the flow state to capture content ideas? So, first, you know that you're in the flow state when your mind becomes more calm. There's going to be a space between the thoughts, and you're going to notice that the thoughts that are occurring feel a little bit different than the thoughts that occur in your normal, everyday walking, talking life. You may not know this, but when you are in this space, you have a direct connection to divine grace, and this is the perfect time to capture ideas, to create content to share with your future clients. What seems like thoughts are actually insights, which are answers to the questions that your heart has been asking, and also exactly what your future clients need to hear from you. I only create content and share what I do with the world when I'm in this place and when I'm in this state, which is why I'm able to share how to do it with you. So, with all of this said about the flow state and what it feels like, it's really important for you to hear that at first, and in rare instances, you're going to find that you need to push through a terror barrier, a block, or resistance to turn these ideas into content. So, this is step two from earlier, a few slides ago that I mentioned. You get the ideas through the flow state, but in order to create content, there are very, very likely things that are going to come up that try and block you from taking that next important step. And it's important to recognize if there are parts that are trying to stall your business and your personal growth by procrastinating step number two and just pushing things off. So, this is where a lot of people will get great ideas, but they never turn it into that matter, into that something that really counts and puts them over the line. So, sometimes you're going to be in the flow state for creating the ideas or receiving the ideas, but then when you want to turn them into content, you might have to push through. And this is really common at first. With that said, when you should never push through and force content ideas and creation, because it will never pay off. So there's going to be a feeling that comes up where you're like, oh, yeah, I can see this procrastination. I'm feeling an internal block. And that's when you're going to know that you need help to push through it. But there are also going to be times where you should never push through. And this is when you are feeling any source of competition, scarcity, panic, fear, or desperation to get clients. If you're feeling any of these, I want you to stop. Because if you create content or you receive ideas and create these ideas out of, let's just, for example, say competition. So you see somebody else who is in a similar field of helping people that you are through coaching, and everything of theirs looks polished, and you start to feel that sense of competition, like they're so far much further ahead than I am, or they're getting all the clients and there's not really a place for me. That's kind of more scarcity coming out. If you create with that vibration behind the creation, what is going to happen is when you put it out in the world, it's going to actually repel the people that you're wanting to attract. This is just how it works. People who are looking for coaching and looking for help are in a place of openness. They're in a place of abundance. They're ready to pay for services to increase the quality of their life. If the vibration of what you're putting out has these lower vibrations of scarcity or desperation, it's going to push away the people that you actually want. And unfortunately, it's very likely going to attract people who are only looking for free services, who are in their own mindset in scarcity or fear or desperation. And they're very likely not going to be the people who can help you build your business. And by building your business, I mean creating, oops, let me get this half of there, creating a foundation of clients that are just wanting free stuff or that kind of thing. And that's not good. That's more of a hobby. In order to be a business, you need to actually exchange services for finances to create an impact and really be able to help the people that you're meant to help. So if you're feeling any of these things, my recommendation for you is to simply stop and go out for a walk, get your own needs met. Sometimes I've talked to coaches in the past or people who are looking into becoming coaches, and they're in a very, very hard place financially, and they kind of see this as something that they can maybe do really quickly to earn money to pay off some bills or some money issues that they're having. And for those people, I recommend just really from my heart and from actually caring that they don't invest in this yet, but for them to focus on themselves and getting their base needs met, because you can only help people to the place that you've already helped yourself. And so it's really important to be in a place of abundance, to be in a place where there's that divine flow coming through and that you have your own needs met. So does that make sense? I hope it does on some level. And if you check it out, go check out some posts from life coaches that are out there and see what feels good to you. And also notice things that just kind of feel stale or like there's just something missing from it. I'm telling you that the key to this is that divine flow, that connection, like the emotional state that the person was in when they created that is what you are feeling. So you want to be one of those people who is creating content that attracts and magnetizes people to you. And this is exactly how to do it and how not to do it as well. So let's start with step one and get into some of the details. Once you are in the flow state, the question might be, well, what do I do next? Okay, so I'm feeling great, I'm having insights. This is where you're going to internally ask that presence, who are the people who need my help and what are they struggling with right now? And if you are out on a walk or something like that, you can ask your unconscious mind to jot this down for you so you can remember it later. But otherwise, if you have a journal, this is where you just want to get out all of the ideas that you possibly can of who are the people that need your help and what are they struggling with right now. The next question to ask is, what do the people who need my help need to hear from me right in this moment so that they know that I can help them? And I want you to go ahead and write that down as well. So the step three is writing this down, or as I mentioned earlier, ask your unconscious mind to remember it for you, because your unconscious mind is remembering millions of bits of information every second. And so there is the capacity there, but this also goes to your own relationship with your unconscious mind. The more you build it, the more it'll remember things for you and bring it to your conscious awareness, which is just a whole separate process, which is really awesome as well. So once you have these things written down, this is your gold. This is your the basis for the ideas of what you're going to move forward into step two to create. And in step two, once you know what to say and who you are going to say it to, you will decide how you would like to put this information out, which could be a simple graphic. It could be putting it into words, such as a blog, recording a short, like a reel or a short or a long form video for on YouTube, for example. But whatever you do, you must anchor your face to the content. I see a lot of people out there who are so afraid to put their face out, and that's okay, but it is a barrier that you will need to get over. And the importance of this is because it creates a synesthesia. When somebody reads your content, reads that what came through that divine flow through you, and they are feeling it. When you put your face to it, it gets stored in their unconscious mind as a resource for them. And so, even if they don't take action in that moment, in the future, when that problem or that struggle comes up and they are praying or they are asking for a solution to it, their unconscious mind will show your face to them consciously and help them to remember that feeling that they had when they read what you wrote or watched that video that you made so that they know that you're their person. And this can be the time that they reach out to you. It's a really cool, neat little insight and golden nugget for how this whole process works. And second, you're going to start putting your content where you feel most comfortable. So this might be Facebook or Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, LinkedIn, or something else. I've heard of people going on Reddit and having a wonderful time connecting with people. Remember that you don't need to have a huge following, but you simply need to resonate with relevant people. So you're just looking for your people only. It's so good to know who you want to work with, but it's even more important at times to know who you don't want to work with, because that will bring a lot of chaos into your life. And we want to keep it peaceful and beautiful and creating the impact that you want with the people that you're really meant to serve. And for number three, what you'll want to do is test out different ways that you post and the topics that you cover to see what gets the most engagement. So nothing is going to go to waste when you get a divine flow insight. Not one thing will go to waste, because remember, building your business, building your impact is not linear. So it doesn't mean this absolutely equals this. Down the road, somebody may go to your profile and kind of scroll through your history, and something that you write from a very place of divine flow will hit them differently. Even if you didn't get engagement on it in that moment or within that month, a month down the road, it could really ping somebody's heart and then they'll reach out to you. So don't fall into the influencer engagement trap, which is thinking Every single thing has to be a huge, huge hit with hundreds or thousands of engagements with it. If your posting doesn't produce the results, which is connecting with potential clients, you're going to want to just learn from that and adjust as you go. So it's really simple. It can be really, really fun. And I really hope that you let me know if this format is helpful for you at all. You can definitely hit pause or rewatch and take notes. Let me know how content creation in this way helps you out. And I'm going to hop back to my original format where we can talk a little bit about some things not to do and wrap up this lesson. And one thing you will never find us do here is tell you to plug into any kind of artificial intelligence for this. When you're going deep within yourself, when you are getting into peripheral awareness and connecting to your unconscious mind and your higher self, that is not robotic. That is actually divinely guided, divinely led, and it's teaching you how to use your own intuition to tap in and know your future clients inside and out. That just cannot be outsourced. So, if you are into creating a AI, artificial intelligence content, this is not the place where we'll teach you about that because we would rather let AI be used for things it's good for. For example, maybe scanning a 5,000 page document to find keywords, something like that could be super helpful. But when it comes to really connecting and being authentic, it has to come from within. And you have to be willing to do the work that it takes to go to that place inside of yourself. That is the only way that this authentic coaching and connecting can really happen. Now, another thing that you might see a lot of people doing is modeling after or copying after other coaches. And this is kind of similar to trying to plug into AI in that if something is authentic to another coach and they have posted something that feels really good to them and is a part of their divine flow and them expanding their light, you can see it and feel really called to it, think it looks pretty, think it feels pretty, and all of that. But if you try to copy what they did, it's not gonna come out the same. It's not gonna land the same with the people that you're meant to help because it's kind of riding on the coattails of something else versus coming through you authentically. And there's no substitute for your true self really coming out and shining bright. So, with all of that said, how does that land for you? Are you somebody who really wants to dig deep within yourself to build a long-term life coaching business? And what I mean by that is a coaching business that lasts for decades, that has you meeting your clients and working with them and helping them transform their life, upgrade the healing patterns in their lineage, and do the work that we really came here to do. If that's you, say hi. Say hi down in the comments. I'd love to connect with you. On the other hand, if you're somebody who is feeling like that's too much work, I totally get it on some level. It can seem intimidating at first, especially maybe to the ego or to things that have different fears about really putting yourself out there. But I promise you, if you really hold on to that light and your deep why of why you're doing this, when you break through, it's going to be amazing and absolutely beautiful. The people that just start knocking down your door because they know that you're the one that can really help them. And that's how this works. When you shine bright, people can see you. If you stay hidden and contracting your energy so that you're the only one who really knows what you do, you just simply cannot get the clients that you know that you're meant to have. In addition to a morning walk or meditating, and really asking deeply what it is that you're meant to share with the world. If you're coming up with blocks with this and you've tried the tricks, you've tried all of the things, you've taken different webinars and you've done the different free seminars and it's still not working for you. It's just not clicking, but you really, really want to put yourself out there. My suggestion is meeting with me and checking to see if the Confident Coach Business Blueprint is right for you. So, what that is a program that myself and my husband Jeremiah have put together. And what's really the coolest thing about this is the live coaching and training that we do with you. So there is a recorded program that you go through at your own pace, and you have lifetime access to it. So once you're in, you are in for life, and we are going to help you get to where you really want to be. But the coolest part of all of it is every single Tuesday we get together and help you as an individual to get through the blocks that are stopping you from moving forward. Now, these meetings are as a group, but you get individualized attention. So we will focus on specifically you, your business, your questions, and the internal stuff that might be blocking you from really moving forward. And so, if you're having challenges when it comes to digging deep and knowing what kind of content to create, this is something that we talk about at the very beginning of the program so that you can get in alignment and feel confident in putting yourself out there in a way that feels aligned, amazing, really exciting, and shines your light in a way that you know is possible, but you just weren't quite sure how to do it. In doing this, you have the potential to be up and running full time with your calendar full within the next 9 months to 2 years. That is typically about where I've found coaches are at when they use our system and they really implement each step and use us as a resource along the way. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end, and I look forward to chatting with you in the future. Bye.